Your cat is sitting across the room right now, watching you, not needing anything, just watching. And you've probably told yourself the same thing every cat owner eventually tells themselves, that it tolerates you, that it stays for the food, the warmth, the open can at 6 in the morning, and that if you vanished tomorrow, it would find another doorway to sit behind and never look back. Most people assume a cat's affection is a transaction. That's not what the science says. What the science says is stranger and a little harder to live with. Your cat ran a calculation on you a long time ago, and the answer it reached is not the one you would expect. Start with how it got into your house in the first place, right? Because no one put it there. Every other animal we live with, we took. We cornered wolves and bred the fear out of them across hundreds of generations until they became dogs. We penned cattle, caught horses, clipped the wings of birds, but the cat is the one domestic animal that domesticated itself. Around 10,000 years ago, in the Fertile Crescent, humans did something brand new in the history of the planet. We stored grain. Grain drew rodents. Rodents drew a small, solitary, profoundly antisocial predator, the Near Eastern wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica. It did not come for us, it came for the mice. It walked to the edge of the first human settlements, decided the hunting was good, and never left. We didn't recruit the cat applied, and it has been running the same play ever since. On the island of Cyprus, archaeologists found a grave roughly 9,500 years old, a human buried with care, and beside them, placed deliberately, a cat. There are no wild cats native to Cyprus. Someone carried it there by boat across open water because by then the animal already mattered. 9,500 years ago, a person loved a cat enough to bury it with their own body. This relationship is older than writing, older than the wheel, and in all that time, we have barely changed it. In 2017, a team led by Claudio Ottoni sequenced cat DNA spanning 9,000 years and found something almost insulting. The house cat asleep on your couch is genetically nearly identical to the wild cat that first walked in. Dogs look nothing like wolves anymore. Cattle are engineered animals. The cat let us ferry it across every sea on Earth and gave up almost nothing in return. Not its body, not its hunting drive, not its solitude. The single visible thing domestication added was the tabby's stripes. Then it got inside your head, literally, through sound. In 2009, Karen McComb at the University of Sussex studied a noise every cat owner knows in their spine, the purr a cat uses when it wants something. So she ran it through acoustic analysis. Buried inside that purr was a second signal, a high, sharp cry folded into the low rumble, sitting at almost exactly the frequency of a human infant's cry. Your brain is wired by evolution to be physically unable to ignore a baby crying. The cat found that frequency and learned to smuggle it into a purr. It is not asking you. It is overriding you. Most people hear contentment. You are hearing a key cut for the lock inside your own nervous system, and it gets less flattering. In 2013, Atsuko Saito tested whether cats even recognize their owner's voice. They do, clearly, measurably. Play a cat a recording of its owner calling its name, then a stranger doing the same, and the cat responds to the owner every time. Ear turns, head turns, pupils change, total recognition, and then almost none of them get up. They know exactly who you are. They know you're calling, and they have decided case by case, minute by minute, whether you are worth the trip. For 100 years, we read that as proof of the obvious, the cat just doesn't care. And there's one more experiment, the one that quietly dismantles the whole "it's only here for the food" idea. In 2017, the same Oregon State lab ran a simple choice test. They offered cats 4 things at once: food, a toy, an interesting scent, and a human paying attention to them, and watched what each cat went to first and stayed with longest. Food is supposed to be the entire reason the cat tolerates you. It wasn't. For the largest share of cats, the single most preferred thing in the room was the human. Not the food, the human. Given an open choice between a meal and your attention, most of them chose you. Here's the part that should bother you, because in 2019, Kristen Vitale at Oregon State University finally ran the test nobody had bothered to run on cats. It's called the Secure Base Test, and for decades it was used only on two kinds of subject: human infants with their mothers and later dogs. You put the animal in an unfamiliar room with its owner, the owner leaves, the owner comes back, and you watch the single moment of reunion. A securely attached infant uses the parent as a base, checks in, settles, then turns back to explore the world. An insecure one clings or freezes or refuses to engage at all. Vitale ran ordinary house cats through the exact same protocol. The number that came back, roughly 65% of cats, showed secure attachment to their owner, the same proportion found in human infants, higher than the rate found in dogs. And there is a quieter signal sitting right in front of you. In 2020, Tasman Humphrey and McComb showed that the slow blink, the lazy half-close of the eyes a cat gives you across a room, functions as something close to a smile. When humans slow blink at cats, the cats slow blink back, and they're measurably more likely to approach. It is a small, deliberate signal of trust, and your cat has almost certainly given it to you without you noticing. And it's not just sending signals, it's reading yours. In 2016, researchers at Oakland University tested whether cats actually notice your mood. They had owners face their cats wearing one of two expressions: smiling or frowning intense. Most people assume a cat is oblivious to which one you're wearing. It isn't. When the owner was smiling, the cats were far more likely to approach, to purr, to climb into the lap. When the face was angry, they hung back. They were watching your face the whole time, running it through a filter, deciding how the room felt. Your cat has a working model of your emotions. It has been studying yours since the day it moved in. You just never noticed it taking notes. So hold both of these things at once, because both are true. The cat walked in on its own and never agreed to anything. It evolved a sound to hijack the circuit in your brain reserved for your own children. It knows your voice and ignores it at will. And it is, by the one measure that matters in any mammal, attached to you the way a child is attached to its mother. The con and the bond are not opposites. They are the same 10,000-year-old process, still running. The cat never traded its wild self away to be loved. It kept all of it: the indifference, the manipulation, the right to walk out the door, and it bonded to you anyway, on its own terms, asking nothing and meaning it. That's what's sitting across the room watching you. Not a pet that needs you, not a freeloader running an angle, something that chose the doorway, kept its escape route, learned the exact frequency of your love, and stayed 10,000 years for reasons it has never once let us fully see. You'll call it tonight. It will hear you, and whether or not it comes is the only honest answer it has ever given you.